Happy July, dear one, and welcome to the Akashic Energy Update of 2024. Every month, I channel the Akashic Records, and especially the Akashic Records of humanity and of the planet. And I'm just asking, what can we best use? How can we best use the energy? And what does the planet want from us? And in this month, it really addresses the state where the earth is and how we can best use these energies in the best way possible. Next to that is very practical this month, so it's amazing to move into the practicality of things. But I also designed this as meditative experience. So I would love to invite you to take a deep breath and just relax into wherever you are and listen with your full body, because this is not only a transmission of words but also a transmission of energy. Okay, with that being said, and without any further ado, here is the Akashic Energy Update of July 2024. Dear, beautiful soul, thank you greatly for opening this message. Your soul has been guiding you towards this. We want you to give the most beautiful and practical advice so that you can live July and the following months in the highest grace and in the highest ease. This year, as you all feel by now, has an intensity to it. There is a certain sense of power, but also a certain state of heightened emotions that play a big, beautiful role this year. All of humanity is processing a higher level of emotions, and as you might feel, emotions can also run much faster through the system than before. This is all because you are all alchemizing and transmuting the old consciousness of the planet into new consciousness, into higher states of being, into higher states of awareness. And as you may feel, this year had some days where, without any reason, you felt down, or you felt not fully in your element. This is completely okay, and we would love for you to find great acceptance in this, to find great beauty in this, because we all as humans have a tendency to blame, to think something is wrong, to think this is not me, come on, I should be active and I feel so low right now. It's all okay. Can you be very gentle with yourself in these moments? Can you find it okay to be sad without knowing the reason? Can you find it okay to be frustrated and angry without any reason? What might help here is to actually visualize the element and to just let yourself be that element. What we mean with that is, if you feel very angry, feel the fire in you burning bright and strong, and accept that that is currently the case. Don't try to shush the fire, observe it. When you feel sad, let the waters fall. See yourself as a beautiful waterfall. When you're depressed or very lazy and it's hard to get out of bed, See yourself as a beautiful, strong rock or a mountain. It's very hard to move if you're a mountain. But let yourself be the elements that these emotions most seem to produce. Even distraction can be seen as the wind flowing fast to a lot of different places. When you notice your emotions, you link them to an element and you just observe without thinking that it's wrong, without thinking that you're broken, without thinking you should be active that day, but instead you feel all down. It's so good to just find this acceptance. Your day will get so much better, especially because you are here doing this for a way bigger purpose. So, we would love to speak today on what is coming in July, because unfortunately this high level of energy is not stopping. You are being prepared to channel more light through your system, and that can be sometimes not the easiest thing. Like we said, you may have days where you just feel off, and it's really good to listen to that. There might be days where you have high energy. So much energy you never felt before. Also great to listen to that. It's good to become aware of these different states of being that are running through you, because all of them are giving you more information and awareness of how to, in a beautiful, aligned way, channel this information through your system, this higher level of light through your system. And this journey begins with all the conscious souls on the planet, which is you. You listening to this now is definitely part of the top 1% of consciousness holders on this planet. You have chosen to awaken earlier than the masses so that you can help facilitate this journey for all of us. So even though you're down, maybe you have a day where you feel so low in energy, or you feel even stuck or depressed or very sad without knowing why. These states are not because of yourself. Do not take this personally if you don't see any personal reason. Rather, become aware of the energy that's running through you and know that you are facilitating. You are making literally the process easier for every single soul on this planet. It's such a noble thing that you have chosen to awaken this early. It's such a noble thing that your energy field has opened early to the realms of the spirit. And so, we want to say thank you. We want to congratulate you. We want to say, amazing job. You're doing it. You're still here. It has been tough, but you're doing amazing. And you are channeling more and more light, more and more information and intelligence through your system. So now you might have a little bit difficult time than others, but actually you're preparing yourself to become a big inspiration and a big light for others that is able to facilitate the process because you already went through it. And when you are aware of this, you are becoming the biggest and most beautiful guide that others can ever wish for. So know that this heightened energy is preparing you to be a light, to be a guide, to be a facilitator on the journey of others. This is why you came here. This is reason for the earth to call you in, because she knew that she could count on you. She knew that there needed to be a lot of older souls on this planet to hone in the new consciousness of the planet. And that's what all of us in these communities, all of us that are attracted to these videos are doing. You are all playing a part in alchemizing, in transmuting, and to make it easier for all life on Earth to make this transition. Let's breathe into that. Let's breathe in to the idea that all energy running through you is actually making the whole planet more healthy, more alive, more happy, more conscious. The vibration is raising. And you are playing a beautiful part in that. Even if you are not at all in the public. Maybe you are not in the limelight and you're in bed meditating most of days and nobody knows that you are doing this. Or you are transmuting an incredible pain into softness and love and nobody else knows you're doing it. You are playing an integral part to this planet. So thank you. We wanted to start with this thank you message for what you're doing here, because it's of utmost greatness and utmost beauty what you have signed up for and what you came here to do. Let's move in to July. July is a highly energetic month. Again, we are at the peak in the northern half-front of the summer, where the summer starts to really shine its light. And on the southern half-front, we're at the peak of the winter, where the winter months are bringing great renewal. So when it comes to these peaks that we are experiencing, we will also experience beautiful energies that will facilitate this journey. So that means this: if you're on the northern hemisphere, the energy that most is in your favor right now is the energy that you have been working towards since the beginning of this year. If that is a new business, go for it this month. If that is a new sense of love, go for it this month. The intentions at the beginning of this year and at the first 3 months of this year are going to be very beautifully facilitated. You might feel opportunities coming in out of the blue. You might feel sudden money gains that can help you on the vision that you were having that first was maybe blocked. Different energies are for you. All the people are the northern hemisphere of beautiful importance. That they are amplifying your intentions. And so it's an invitation to move towards this greater version of yourself. But be aware, because there is also your old version really wanting to do the opposite. And because this energy is stronger, there is part of your subconscious and part of your mental well-being that wants to keep you safe. So that part is also getting louder. It's not getting stronger, it's just getting louder, and it's actually a sign that you are well on your way onto this expansive journey, this journey of great expansion and greater love. So maybe it feels like you want to take a break from it all. But if you're on the northern hemisphere, that can be your old self trying to keep you small. So what we advise you to do is to reflect and say, what were my intentions at the beginning of this year? And how can I, in a gentle way, move more into this? And it's very important that you add in a gentle way, so you don't overwhelm your system that is already running a lot of energy running through it. So you want to be gentle, but keep on taking steps. And rest is always important, but know that there is a natural rest that you can get from doing something that nourishes your soul. And there is a mental ego rest that is like, oh my God, I really need to take a break. Life is so hard and heavy right now. And this is actually an impulse to keep you small. So know that yourself that keeps you safe and small gets louder when there is actually more room and invitation for expansion. The thing you can best do to make this very practical is, next to the reflection, to see how you can move forward into the direction and not focus it on you, but actually focus it on the value of others. So you can ask every day, okay, I know this is my intention. How can I be of value to others today? How can I be of value? Can I make someone's life easier today? We are sure you can. So let that be a guiding question for this month if you are on the northern hemisphere. Now, if you're on the southern hemisphere, the energy of renewal is in full effect. And that means that it will be very easy for you to drop all of the leaves of last summer, drop them completely and ask yourself, what do I want to be? What do I want to create? What is the new version of me? This energy will be very strong. Again, there will be a counterforce of trying to keep in the flow, trying to keep in the loop, trying to keep your old self going. But actually, the energy that is present for you is drop everything, release, surrender, and let yourself experience what wants to arise and emerge from your inner being. Now, the mind will never know. We would love for you to understand that your mind, even though you may have put a lot of value on it in the past, may never know your truly new being emerging. Your truly new being emerging comes from an active observing of your full being. This includes your heart, this includes your legs, this includes your feet, this includes the area around your body, this includes every organ, every limb, every sense. Let yourself listen instead of trying to figure it out mentally. Let yourself be in this state where you just ask, what is my new self? What wants to emerge out of me if I drop all of the current things that I'm holding? What is actually something that wants to arise? Because you are a constantly changing being. And this time is a beautiful time to completely honor that nature. Now, there are these people that are very close on the equator, and they have no clue if they're northern or southern hemisphere. And they have no clue if the days are longer or shorter. It's so constant that you may have completely lost a sense of time. And that's good, because in reality there is no time. Now, we want for you to feel into your body what of these two versions you might need most. Because some of you might be more attuned to the northern hemisphere energy, and some of you might be attuned to the more southern hemisphere of energy. And there is no good or bad here. Feel into what you most need. Do you actually need to follow your intentions that you set in the beginning of this year and follow through with those? Will that let your soul be in the highest bliss? Or do you really need to let go the last year and see and reflect and observe what wants to emerge out of you? This will greatly facilitate your July so that you can facilitate many others in this awakening journey. Let's take a deep breath in. There is one more thing that we would love to express as a final practical thing. It is very good to grow. It's very good to commit to higher and higher versions of yourself. But there also needs to be celebration. There also needs to be a day where you are completely free of all the agreements. We would call this an inner freedom day. Some of you might call it a cheat day, and others might call it a break. But we would love for you to, this month, yes, have the commitment of what we have been talking to. That will greatly help. But also plan at least one day where you are not being conscious and aware of all of that. A day of absolute freedom, where you don't have to hold yourself on your morning routine and on your evening routine. You can let go of all the stress and you just play and go into nature and let your inner child run wild. It's healthy to have these days. It's healthy to have these breaks. And some of you might notice when you have such a day that you actually like the version of you that is growing and taking steps every day. Some of you might feel that, and others might feel you really needed that break. And actually, the break itself is fueling you with so much more energy. It is true that whenever you're working towards something and it's actually tiring you down, you don't have the right perspective on your work at that moment in time. And so, such a day can be a beautiful day to invite a better perspective in your life. A perspective where you can still work, you can still change, you can still have your focus on something bigger and move towards that. But have that be done where it only gives you energy. So, we advise to go after this beautiful journey that we have been on this energy update to open your calendar and plan at least one day this month where you are going to do nothing that is related to work or progress or growth or personal development. None of that. Or good habits. You don't have to hold yourself to any good habits that day. For one day only. It's that day that makes everything so beautifully contrasting with each other. The contrast is of high value. The contrast is creating the beauty in this world. So, if you are constantly rolling without ever having a day of contrast, you might lose a healthy perspective to what you're doing. But when you have this day of contrast, you all of a sudden notice, wow, actually I like healthy eating because I just ate a hamburger and I feel so heavy. Or wow, I actually like not smoking because I just tried a cigarette on this day that I was not carrying and it is really not nice. I'm actually happy that I stopped smoking. These insights can only happen when you have this day of contrast. So plan this day in of contrast, and we would love to call it the day of inner freedom, where everything is free. There is no limitation, no rules, nothing. This is a beautiful day. This is very healthy for your spirit. This is very healthy for your being, and it creates a lot of contrast and great perspective on your life. Now, dear one, let us leave you with this. The divine is always embracing you in the highest love. And in July, this is even stronger than normal. We would love for you to imagine now that there is a beautiful, angelic being with the softest feathers and the most elegant warmth. And this being is behind you and is giving you a beautiful hug. Such a beautiful hug that you completely relax, that you let all tension go, and that you just relax into this incredibly blissful, incredibly satisfying hug. Feel it and relax. Know that this visual of this embrace is more real into the bigger picture than any stress and any third dimensional situation that is concerning you. So whenever you are in a moment of distress or concern, let yourself feel this embrace that is always there for you. Let yourself naturally relax whatever tension you hold. Know that the divine is always embracing you, is always cheering you on, is always letting you know you're on the right path. We want you to do this embracing technique for as much as you can remember during this July. And we are very sure that this practical wisdom of this energy update will create a beautiful month ahead for you. Enjoy the energies. Enjoy that you have chosen to be on this planet. Someone early to awake, to help humanity forward. Enjoy that role. You will only be in higher bliss when you enjoy this role. And finally, let yourself feel the divine embrace all around you and through you. May you live in bliss. Thank you so much. So, I invite you to slowly come back to the present moment. Take a deep breath in. Maybe touch your body, massage your body a little bit. And whenever you're ready, you may open your eyes if you haven't done so. Thank you so much for listening to this. It means a lot. And I would love to ask you if this was resonant and you have some friends that might be interested in it or might need this information. Maybe they feel a little lost or a little desperate lately. The energies are intense. I would love to kindly ask you to share this with them. You will really help me and you will really help them. So it's a great win-win situation. And if you feel very resonant with this information and you're like, wow, I want to tap into this myself, I have a beautiful, easy to follow course on my website where you can go into the records and yourself and start channeling this. It takes a little bit of practice, but it's a beautiful practice. So it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing and profound how it changed my life, how it changed many lives of my students so far. And of course, I would love to have you if you feel the call, if you feel resonant, because it's not for everyone. Anyway, I'm so happy you're here. I wish you a beautiful month ahead. Like, let's have an amazing July. Let's hone in the frequencies that we just were given. And maybe it's good to at least think about one little aligned action step we can take away from this knowledge that we can do. It is amazing to, after a moment of receiving this wisdom, to after that just go and apply a little bit of it. So if you have already a small action step, and that can just be take one more deep breath during the day, but it can also be some of the things that we just have covered, maybe some of the things that came up, whatever that may be. Let's do that. Let's move a little bit more into our alignment this month. So I really, really intend that this energy update may help you in the best way possible. And I hope to see you very soon, maybe online, maybe in the next energy update. I send you so much love. Thank you so much.